the show, Ravi sir. So before we get into further details, I
Yeah.
want you to introduce yourself as in your professional background, sir.
Okay, no problem. So my name is Ravi Kumar, as you have already introduced.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was born in Bangalore, and I did my schooling and graduation in Bangalore itself. So I completed in 1993. So after a few years of my experience in various small companies, I actually got into a space called talent management. Okay, so as you can see in the screen, this is called as talent management. So talent management is all about hiring the right kind of people, training them,
Okay.
then deploying them in the right, let's say, departments, roles, and over a period of time give them internal training so that they upskill and all those things.
Okay.
And that's how it is, they get into promotion, and that's the entire cycle of talent management. It's a very big, I would say, a very complicated cycle of events what happens inside a company, a corporate company. So in that, I was basically handling the first part, which says attract, find and engage the right talent for the right roles.
Okay.
Which means basically you hire the right kind of people, because the kind of input is what decides your output. You hire the right talent, the output also will be like that only.
Absolutely.
I mean, you hire bad talent, your outcome also will be bad. So
Correct.
how do you hire the right talent? That is the most complicated thing, because many companies, they don't know, they're not sure as what kind of talent, whether they will fit into the role or not, whether they will be able to understand the process and quickly basically get into the role and do their job. Okay. So the learning cycle has to be pretty short. Employee cannot take 6 months to learn a process.
Correct.
So maybe within 1 or 2 months, he should be able to pick up the process or whatever that is, and he should start the job as soon as possible. So for that, you have to hire the right kind of talent. Like, they should be fast learners. Okay, they should have problem solving skills, they should have analytical skills. Okay,
Correct, sir.
they should be self motivated people.
Absolutely.
It's not like you tell them and then they do it. They should be self motivated people. So how do you do all this? How do you find this kind of talent? So there are a lot of tools for that. So using that, we basically hire the right talent, so that it will be saving a lot of time and money for the company, for our clients.
Correct.
So that is where I was there. I mean, in that field I was there.
Okay.
So what I was doing and things like that, it is not relevant to this discussion.
Okay.
So I worked in this space for almost 13 years.
Okay.
That's 2000. From the year 2000 till 2013.
Long back.
Yeah. I mean, it is a long stint actually.
Yes.
I worked for 4-5 companies, but my main job used to be to basically test people on various parameters.
Okay.
How good are you in communication?
Okay.
How good are you in aptitude? How good are you in problem solving? How good are you in, let's say, group discussion, interpersonal skills?
No.
Okay, so these are the things we check. So on all these, each of these, you evaluate people and you score them, and then you have a scorecard kind of a thing. So, okay, that you share it with the HR.
Okay.
So eventually it is up to the HR whom to hire, whom not to hire. But we give the scorecard of every individual to the company's HR or the recruitment team or whatever. That is what I used to do. So they used to basically see and they say, okay, these people, they are good in this. They used to evaluate and they used to then conduct whatever their technical interview, HR interview, whatever, and then they used to hire. So we were pretty successful in this field, because people found, we used to then take feedback from our clients.
Okay.
And figure out how was this, how are these people, how are they performing now. We used to ask them 6 months after they hire. They said, yeah, very good. Whatever the people we hired through you, they are performing very good.
Okay.
They are performing very good. They are up to the mark or beyond the mark. Okay.
6 months is actually a good period.
Yeah, just to monitor them. Monitor.
Correct.
So we need to see how many of them dropped out in between, or at end of 6 months, how many dropped out. They were not performing. So like that, if we took the feedback, more than 90% of the people were performing good.
Okay.
So which means whatever tools we are using, they are the perfect tools. So company also was very happy because whatever 90% of the people they hired, they turned out to be very good. Only it was 10% who did not meet their expectations. That is still okay. They will put them to some back-end work or some
according to their interest.
According to their interest and capability.
Yes.
Back office work, something, some typing this work, that work, documentation work, something like that.
Okay.
Because the high-end jobs, profiles they used to give to the other people who were, as I told you, fast learners and things like that. So this is what I did for 13 years, 2000 to 2013. Various companies, both in Bangalore, outside Bangalore, in Mumbai, everywhere. So in 2013, I quit. Okay, because it was a long stint, 13 years plus 7 years I worked earlier somewhere else. So that was 20 years. I thought it was a long stint, and so I said, okay, let me take a break.
Okay.
And I came out. I quit the corporate industry in 2013, and then I basically was trying to explore different opportunities, and that is when. Initially, I started my own company. The first company, it was called as Blue Sapphire Professional Services, just doing some financial services, insurance, etc., etc. Then that it didn't kind of go well. So then finally, we started another company. The same thing, we renamed it a little bit, called Blue Sapphire Overseas Services, wherein we started giving overseas services like passport, visa, and all other services, which we will be talking over the, whatever in this interview. But this is what it is. So 2013, Blue Sapphire Overseas Services was born. From then, this is the 13th year, so we are running successfully, and we are gradually growing and going to the next level with each year. So we hope we will basically reach much bigger heights.